Hey everybody! Okay, it's a beautiful day and I'm here in the desert taking a walk here. Rocky needs his potty walk and oh my gosh, this is day 8 since I drove off the lot with my new little teardrop trailer and van, and I gotta tell you, this is the first few days. I gotta tell you, I don't think I have cursed as much in my entire life. The first few days were really over the edge. Just I was on tilt all the time. I had to constantly be learning systems and mechanical things and stuff I hate to do. So that was the first part. Plus I was in bad weather. I ended up driving into really adverse wind conditions on Highway 14 and yikes-o-matic. So I ended up pulling off into an RV park that I slipped in just by the hair of my chin. In fact, it's because I exploded, not imploded. I gotta tell you, sometimes being creative and expressing yourself, even when you're not at your most, not at your best, and saying colorful things, can actually save your life. This is what saved mine because the office had closed. This was my only hope, and I had driven up this really steep driveway and I don't know how to back up. I at this point didn't know how to back up the trailer. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be sleeping in this driveway in an ice storm. Oh my God, anyway. But here's the good news. So I knock on the door and no one is answering. And I just lots of expletives started coming out of me. I just had a meltdown. I was just about ready to cry. I was just having a fit. And the office workers had just left and they were just an earshot of me. And they both turned around to see, who is this crazy person? Thank God. And so I said, oh my God, who are you? Help me. I can't park here. Here's my situation. They could see I was in a precarious situation. And they said, look, we'll open the gate so you can at least turn around. And so then the woman decided, it was a couple, and the woman decided when she realized that, you know, she got a better sense of me, that I wasn't just some nut job, although I am pretty nutty. But anyway, she let me in and she says, look, you can stay the night. In fact, you can spend 2 or 3 nights to wait out the storm if you like. Thank God, because it did snow that night. Huge storm, terrible winds, you know, everything. It was really something. So all I can say is I'm so grateful that that happened. And her partner came down and he started, he says, look, I'm gonna check your tires, and he got all the right air amount in. And yeah, it was just an amazing experience. And then after I left them, I went toward, and that was coming from Orange Grove, by the way. I missed that part out. But I went to another RV place in Bakersfield. So I was coming from Bakersfield in an attempt to go to a hot springs that someone had told me about, but didn't give me the address. She says, oh, you'll find it, you'll find it. Well, I didn't, and there was no hot springs to be found in Palmdale. So onward. But anyway, I ended up then going to Palm Springs, and because of COVID, of course, the hot springs aren't open. Hot spring fed pools were, but there was too much going on. I didn't partake, but I will in the future. It was quite nice. And then from there, then I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna go to Blythe. Everyone's talking about how nice Blythe is and lots of BLM land. However, oops, car going by very fast, lots of dust, help! Covering my mouth. Hi, this is real and in person, real live stuff here. Okay, so, okay, the dust is clearing, it's settling in my life as well, so what a perfect metaphor. Okay, I'm back. So, yes, ended up driving to Blythe, getting on the phone with the BLM office and talking to the guy there. And then I just realized, you know, I wasn't ready to boondock alone. Just not there. I mean, come on, give me a break. 7 days to the dot. And I just, So he said, okay, great for getting real with yourself. Getting real with yourself is very important. And I thought, okay, great. He says, why don't you just, if Quartzsite's your destination, why don't you just drive there? So I thought, great. Of course, I get here. I have no clue. I don't have my directions that I'd written somewhere at some time and all of that. So I found a phone number of somebody who I knew would be able to direct me. Called them, gave me, I said, oh yeah, just go up here, take this exit, blah, blah. And then how perfect, I ran into the BLM land host, and she was having a conversation with her dog with another woman named Queen Victoria, goes by Queen Victoria. And so Queen Victoria and the hostess with the mostest welcomed me to BLM land and told me, oh, just go up here, take a right, do this, do that. I found it. And none too soon, because I ended up getting into, it was just, you know, it was dusk. And anyway, I got myself parked. By that time it just turned dark, and I got stuff out of the van to put into the camper and got myself settled in. Anyway, I'm rambling here, but I hope it's really something. And so many times I've thought to myself, you know, this is really, imagine with the pioneers. I was thinking, the pioneers, what they went through. I mean, they were nomads. They were traveling in their buggies and in their wagons with their horses, and, you know, carrying goats and chickens and everything else, and their children along. They didn't have running water. They didn't have the conveniences we have. But you know what? I kind of feel like this is this modern movement. We're the pioneers of our day here. And granted, this is starting off as just a 3-month trip, but I'm learning so much, and it's making me have a whole different appreciation for resources. You know, at home we can just turn on a spigot and the water comes, and we just flush a toilet and it's all taken care of. And you know, when you're a nomad, or when you're in an RV or a trailer or a van or a car or whatever, you are intimately getting to know what goes in, what goes out, and taking care of it. And sorry if that just feels too graphic and gross for y'all, but you know, yeah, it's really something. And I have just a deeper appreciation. Everything you do, you have to be thinking about the weather. You have to think about, what do I need to get done before the rain starts? And I'm sure, well, I know that's how they had to think back then. So I'm rambling here. I could go on, I'm sure. And I'm probably leaving a million things out. But all I can say is, even though the first few days I was like, I will never, what did I get myself into? I hate this. I hate everything about this. That is what I was ranting. Oh, but after that, you know, it starts clearing and you say, wow, you know, it becomes so much more present and so much more appreciative of everything that it is that you need to do and that needs to be done. And you're more in tune with the weather. You're more in tune with nighttime, daytime, people around you. And the people I've met so far are so amazing. They are just, I mean, they're like real neighborly. Like, I'm sorry, in a neighborhood, it can be so plastic. This is life or death. This is, you know, there's a tribe of people, like Insta tribe, because you're out here and they immediately know, especially when you say, hey, this is my 8th day. They know what that is because they had an 8th day. And they know, oh, they say, oh, the first 2 weeks, that's when everything goes wrong. So you're right on schedule, don't worry about it. And oh, by the way, I'm a carpenter / plumber / electrician. I just did a refurbish on my Airstream. So, not a refurbish, I can't think what the word is right now, but yeah, anyway, a remake. Bought an old, you know, Airstream and completely redid it. And, you know, he says, yeah, I can help you out. I can be able to do that Sunday. Oh, by the way, the RV places probably won't be able to get to you for another couple weeks. It's really slammed around here. And so, I mean, I'm meeting people who, yeah, just because we're doing this, it's just like an Insta brother sisterhood. Now, I'm not going to be all kumbaya on you. Yes, do I have locks and weapons? Well, I'm not going to get into the description of my weapons, but am I protecting myself? Yes. Am I careful where I am, what I say to who? Yeah. But also your intuition, boy, you just get dialed in. You really do. And when I came last night, it was turning dark and I was trying to decide where to park. It took the 3rd time. 3 times the charm. The first time I pulled into a spot, I got out of the van and I heard really loud country western music playing. I thought, yeah, I don't want to be next to that. So I pulled away. Second place I went, I was just downstream of a fire. Well, just someone was giving a little campfire, and I thought, yeah, I don't want smoke and ash and heat from them blowing it right into my camper, no. So then I pulled up from it a ways, and that was the perfect place. And so when I got out and I was settling, getting everything put into my trailer, I heard singing. There was a guy playing guitar and singing. Boy, was he good. I gotta figure out who this guy was. And there were people laughing and talking and just really enjoying the night in such a beautiful way, with such appreciation. And I was too tired. I was wiped. I'd driven all day, and I wasn't up for visiting. But it was so great to just, yeah, to hear that. Very confirming, like, yeah, I'm in the right place at the right time. This is where I'm supposed to be. Anyway, I don't know if I've mentioned to you, but I have an interview with the wonderful, most inspiring Bob Wells. And that's happening. They're trying to reschedule it for, I think, the 13th or 14th of February because of the terrible storm, that I and many other people got kind of caught in. And they weren't going to conduct it, in the middle of a severe weather storm. So anyway, I hope you're having fun following this little tale, and more to come. For months you've heard about me talking about someday the van tour, the great van adventure, blah, 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 blah. And boy, the pre-adventure was something. And now the adventure has officially begun. Day 8, tuning in on camera. And yeah, grateful. If you like what you're seeing, give me a little, hey there, gal, you're doing okay. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, follow the journey. It's gonna be at least 3 months. 3 months long, possibly longer, we'll see. But would love your support, would love to stay connected, and thanks for tuning in. Till next time.